pro from the beginning. I don't like the last thing I wanted to do is screw this up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, in my mind is like her being so calm, cool, collected, and so just real and understanding about everything that's going on really made me grow up real fast in that aspect of things.
Taylor Swift has reportedly stepped away from her role as godmother to Blake Lively's children, James, Inez, and Betty, the very names she immortalized on her folklore album. What once symbolized nearly a decade of unwavering friendship has now been labeled emotional baggage. Known for her fierce loyalty, Taylor is said to be formalizing the separation, possibly through legal channels, transforming a private fracture into a very public break. Blake's noticeable silence regarding Taylor's engagement only reinforces the finality of the split. This isn't a simple falling out. It feels like a permanent removal from Taylor's inner circle, hinting at something far deeper and more personal than anyone anticipated. The timing of Taylor Swift's August 2025 engagement to Travis Kelce seemed anything but accidental. As Blake approached her own birthday, ready for celebratory attention, Taylor unveiled a dazzling Instagram announcement, ring, gown, and radiant smile included. The post instantly dominated headlines, overshadowing Blake's low-key birthday tribute on her stories. Without mentioning Blake directly or engaging in open shade, Taylor's joy and the calculated timing spoke volumes. The spotlight shifted completely, leaving no space for competing narratives. On July 31, 2024, Blake Lively's deposition became a defining moment. Under her full legal name, Blake Ellender Reynolds, she sat opposite attorney Charles Babcock and was asked a straightforward question: identify a defamatory statement made against her by Jed Wallace. Her answer, "I don't know a specific article," was startling. The foundation of her legal claims hinged on that point, yet she provided no concrete example, no documentation, no proof. The admission instantly weakened her position. In a courtroom, emotion cannot substitute for evidence, and uncertainty eroded the credibility she sought to defend. As questioning continued, her legal team frequently objected, attempting to shield her from difficult lines of inquiry. But interruptions could not undo what had already been revealed. The lack of preparation was evident. Building a legal battle without clear documentation or first-hand knowledge exposed serious gaps. Meanwhile, Taylor remained silent and unbothered, her distance from the situation creating a stark contrast. For someone celebrated for standing firmly beside her friends, Taylor Swift's refusal to publicly support Blake carried undeniable weight. Her silence felt deliberate. If an artist renowned for loyalty declines to endorse your narrative, it raises questions. Without a single statement, Taylor's absence communicated more than any press release could. During the deposition, Blake attempted to elevate her claims by describing Jed Wallace's actions as clandestine, suggesting covert operations against her. However, when pressed, she conceded her information came secondhand, from conversations and documents rather than direct evidence. The dramatic language lacked substantiation, making her argument appear exaggerated rather than compelling. She further alleged an orchestrated astroturfing campaign, claiming inauthentic conversations were designed to damage her reputation. Yet, when asked for specifics, names, payments, documentation, none were provided. References to individuals like Jen and Melissa amounted to hearsay, not proof. The sweeping accusations, unsupported by evidence, diminished rather than strengthened her case. At one point, the testimony veered into a confusing anecdote involving a remark about 2 dead bodies connected to Hamas and Israel, an aside that seemed disconnected from the defamation issue at hand. The digression only muddied the waters, suggesting distraction instead of focus. In legal settings, clarity matters. Wandering narratives can quickly undermine trust. Before the fallout, Taylor and Blake shared nearly 10 years of public friendship, exclusive gatherings, celebratory posts, and carefully curated moments of solidarity. It appeared unshakable. Yet, beneath the polished images, fractures formed. This wasn't a brief disagreement, it was a long-standing bond that gradually deteriorated under mounting strain. the facade of effortless celebrity sisterhood gave way to a far more complicated reality. Questions about Blake's judgment had surfaced before. Her 2012 wedding to Ryan Reynolds took place at Boone Hall Plantation in South Carolina, a venue criticized for its historical associations. Even years later, the decision continues to draw scrutiny for its insensitivity. What may have seemed picturesque at the time has since been re-evaluated through a more critical lens. By 2023 and 2024, the friendship with Taylor appeared irreparable. Reports suggested attempts to involve Taylor and Blake's legal disputes, drawing her name into an already volatile situation. For someone fiercely protective of her brand and boundaries, that may have been a decisive line crossed. When the stakes escalated, Taylor chose distance. Interestingly, a subpoena involving Taylor was later withdrawn, accompanied by a vague statement that Blake's team had obtained what they needed. The lack of clarity fueled speculation. Whether Taylor settled privately or simply allowed the issue to fade remains a subject of vivid speculation. Now, the picture of public friendship has clearly been damaged. The once celebrated bond now appears fraught with unresolved tension. What may have been gases, the volatile digging of provided information, or simply maintained neutrality, the development suggested strategic restraint rather than public confrontation. As months passed, communication reportedly dwindled. Outreach efforts allegedly went unanswered. There were no public congratulations from Blake on Taylor's engagement, no visible signs of reconciliation. The silence felt definitive. Blake's camp later suggested she had chosen to step back from Taylor, even implying that Taylor would not attend her birthday celebration. Critics viewed this as image management, an attempt to reframe the narrative. Given Taylor Swift's long-standing reputation for loyalty, the claim faced skepticism. Online metrics added another layer to the conversation. Analysts examining social media engagement noted disparities between perceived influence and actual interaction rates. Comparisons to Taylor's consistently high engagement underscored the difference between cultivated image and measurable audience connection. Professional tensions also surfaced around "It Ends With Us." Blake appeared uncertain when discussing production specifics during her deposition, struggling to articulate her role using standard industry terminology. After 2 decades in film, such gaps invited criticism. Promotional choices for the film raised eyebrows as well. Reports indicated that co-star and director Justin Baldoni was absent from certain red carpet events, prompting speculation about internal friction. Rather than presenting a unified front, the rollout became overshadowed by questions of discord. Ryan Reynolds' unexpected claim that he contributed to writing a key rooftop scene further complicated matters. While perhaps intended as supportive, the statement drew additional scrutiny and fueled online debate. When Blake unfollowed Justin Baldoni on social media, observers quickly interpreted the move as confirmation of tension. What might have been a minor digital action became headline material, reinforcing narratives of conflict. Publicist Leslie Sloan reportedly attempted to manage the escalating discourse through media placements. Yet, heavy-handed spin often invites skepticism, and public perception remained divided. In late 2025, Blake issued a subpoena to blogger Perez Hilton, alleging coordinated smear efforts. The move generated further headlines, though critics argued the accusations mirrored earlier patterns, broad claims lacking detailed substantiation. A viral TikTok theory by creator Cool Mom Jamie speculated that Blake's allegations reflected projection, suggesting she assumed others employed tactics similar to those used within Hollywood PR circles. The theory gained traction online, adding another layer to the narrative. Ultimately, the comparison between the two women's trajectories became unavoidable. Taylor Swift continued expanding a billion-dollar empire, re-recording her masters, breaking tour records with the Eras Tour, and stepping confidently into a high-profile engagement. Blake, meanwhile, found her public image increasingly defined by legal battles and controversy rather than creative milestones. Taylor did not retaliate publicly. She simply advanced, strategically, steadily, and successfully. In the end, that quiet ascent proved more powerful than any direct confrontation ever could.